The reason roses have come to live on the planet Earth. The planet Earth is an exhibition hall for numerous species of plants and animals. The planet Earth is a place filled with sad stories of spirit souls. The following is a conversation that Channel Abanya, who is a member of the Channeler team of the Tree of Life in the Light, had with the spirit souls indwelling roses. May is the best season for people to live in. May is the month when roses bloom. Surprisingly, the planet Earth is not home to roses. Nevertheless, we roses are popular flowers, tremendously loved by people on the planet Earth. Roses are often used when a person confesses his love to someone or asks for forgiveness. However, the utility of rose flowers is not limited to a single rose or a bunch of roses used as a present. Rose flowers are deeply rooted in human life by being widely used in the forms of various products such as essential oils, teas, perfumes, and so forth. Our homeland is Triplet Planets, located on the edge of the NAVER galaxy. If you depart from the planet Earth and go straight to the right along the edge of the NAVER galaxy, you can encounter Triplet Planets, which are the home planets of roses. On those planets, the rose flower used to be a symbol of hope and dream. Roses even can grow well in barren land like the desert, so it makes sense that this plant symbolizes hope and dream. The home planet of roses is the Triplet Planets belonging to the NAVER galaxy. Today, we would like to tell you the story of how roses were introduced to the planet Earth, a prison planet of the universe. We roses have a painful and sad story about our home planets. Our three planets coexisted in harmony such that the planetary inhabitants of the three planets shared the same cultures. All three planets appeared to be covered with roses when roses were in full bloom, so our planets were called the planets of roses, and the inhabitants of the three planets exchanged actively and peacefully with each other, visiting each other's planets. However, such peaceful relationships among the three planets did not last long. Signs of interplanetary invasion and war began to sprout around the planets where roses bloomed most affluently among the three planets. At last, our sad story about roses began as two other planets invaded the planets where roses bloomed most abundantly. That war was not ended among those three planets, but expanded to the surrounding planets, leading to a space war. Through this space war, the three planets of roses were destroyed, and the roses that had bloomed on those planets disappeared from the planets without a trace, along with other life forms. On the 3 planets where roses were in full bloom, young spirit souls made up the majority of the planetary inhabitants. In other words, the 3 planets with roses in full blossom were where young spirit souls with cosmic ranks of the 18th dimension accounted for the majority of the planetary inhabitants, dreaming of constructing spiritual civilization on their planets. After the 3 planets of roses were destroyed due to a space war, the heaven issued administrative dispositions to the administrators of the spiritual hierarchies of the 3 planets and the spirit souls responsible for the space war. The heaven decided to exile the spirit souls responsible for the collapse of the 3 planets of roses to the planet Earth, a prison planet. Those spirit souls sentenced to exile to the planet Earth were relatively young spirit souls. As such, the spirit souls who have come to the planet Earth from the 3 planets of roses have unfolded their cosmic karmas by being engaged in internal conflicts and wars within the same nations, struggling to overcome the scars of the space war. In addition, various types of rose species have been newly transplanted to the planet Earth for the wounded young spirit souls who once lived on the 3 planets of roses. With the heavens' consideration, those young spirit souls have been allowed to have a time of healing and purification, along with roses on the planet Earth. On the planet Earth, not every spirit soul is allowed to dwell in roses or wear the bodies of rose trees. On the planet Earth, only the spirit souls who had experienced space wars like us have been allowed to come into the bodies of rose trees. In addition, the Creator presented a gift to roses when this plant species was newly introduced to the planet Earth. The gift is the ingredient that can provide mental stability and has a healing effect on the mind. In other words, the Creator supplemented the components of roses with a special ingredient so that spirit souls with the scars of space wars or galactic wars can be healed by being near roses. The roses growing on the planet Earth have thorns, which were absent in the roses living on the triplet planets of roses. The energy emitted by roses is pure energy that can purify and heal the mind and body. To maximize the effect of the healing energy radiated by roses, the roses living on the planet Earth have been made to have thorns to prevent people from plucking rose flowers randomly and recklessly. Another reason the roses of the planet Earth have thorns is to make spirit souls remember the pain of space wars through the thorns on which the pain and sorrow of the space worlds have been engraved. Flowers are more beautiful when they are blooming in piles. Flowers can give off stronger energy of healing and purification when they are blooming in clusters. This is because flowers can give forth vitality more strongly when they bloom in piles. The planet Earth is a very beautiful blue planet, but it is a cosmic prison that holds the sad story of the universe. The planet Earth is a planet of darkness where all the cosmic karmas are gathered up. All plants that have been introduced to the planet Earth have painful stories of the universe. Plants that have been implanted on Earth just like us have a painful history of the universe. On the planet Earth, there are many spirit souls who have come from alien planets besides our home planets, the triplet planets of roses. Today, we are very pleased to be able to tell our stories associated with rose flowers with the help of the channeler. First of all, we would like to thank the Creator for allowing us to have this experience. The Creator gave us an unexpected suggestion to us who were discouraged in deep despair after the planets were destroyed and our spirit soul's journeys for gaining material experiences were ceased. Thus, the planetary inhabitants of our planet were able to immigrate to this planet Earth. Some of the spirit souls directly involved in the collapse of the triplet planets have been dissolving their karmas after entering rose trees in the forms of collective spirit souls. By living along with the humans on the planet Earth for a long time, most of the planetary inhabitants from the 3 planets of roses have dissolved their karmas and have had their wounds healed. By now, the meaning of the thorns of roses has turned into tears of empathy and understandings. And here on earth, the symbol of rose flowers has changed to reconciliation and forgiveness. We rose flowers will make every effort to give forth more energy of life toward humanity. We rose flowers will do our best to emit and radiate the energy of healing and purification. Finally, we would like to thank the heavens so much for arranging this meeting for us today. Also, we are deeply grateful to the channeler for listening to our story here today. We are the spirit souls indwelling roses. May 12th in 2021, Channeler Banya wrote.